The first day of WNBA star Brittney Griner's trial in Russia has wrapped up.
That's right. Court was adjourned until next Thursday after 2 customs agents testified. Russian authorities arrested Griner in February, as you'll recall, for alleged drug smuggling. If convicted, she faces up to 10 years in prison. But U.S. officials say she is being wrongfully detained. CBS News senior foreign correspondent Charlie D'Agata joins us now for more on this. Hi, Charlie. So cameras were not allowed to go into court today. Do we know what happened inside the courtroom?
Yes, there were a couple of agency reporters in there, including a Reuters reporter who said that Brittney was kept inside a metal jail. She had a bag of cookies and some water. She didn't speak much. Today was a preliminary hearing, and what happened was the prosecutors present the case to the judge, and the judge gives merit to the case and decides that there is enough there to proceed and to go ahead. And as you mentioned, 2 witnesses were called. There were 2 that didn't show up. So that has been delayed. That will slow things down. And lawyers for both sides, actually, CBS sources spoke to them outside the courthouse this morning. They said this could go on for weeks or months. So this isn't a sentencing that's going to happen very quickly. It's going to happen over the course of the next few weeks and months. However, we need to point out there that prosecutions are very high, extraordinarily high in Russia, 99% success rate. So in all likelihood, Brittney is going to be convicted unless she pulls off some sort of miracle. What happens after that? Well, then, as we're probably going to allude to soon, is the question, as you said, whether or not that Brittney Griner is being used, as some have said, as a political tool, as a political pawn, as a bargaining chip in some sort of prisoner swap. But what we can see over the course of the next few weeks, the next time we'll see Brittney in court is July 7th. That will be her next appearance. There was one representative of the U.S. Embassy, Elizabeth Rood, who did speak to Brittney and said she's holding strong, and in her words, she's keeping the faith. But it may take more than faith to keep her out of prison.
99% conviction rate. That's a statistic. Wow. Charlie D'Agata, thanks so much.
Thank you.
For more now, let's bring in William Pomerantz. He is the acting director of the Kennan Insitute and is an expert on Russian policy. Thanks so much for joining us. And William, of course, we don't have all the details and evidence of this case, but based on what you know of Russian policy in general, how do you see this trial playing out?
Well, I think your correspondent really hit the nail on the head. It's going to be a long trial, but there's not really any mystery as to what the final conclusion will be. There is a 99% conviction rate in Russian criminal trials, and there is every expectation that Russia will use the conviction of Brittney Griner for a potential prisoner swap. So this is going to go on for a while, and unfortunately for Brittney Griner, it's going to not likely have a successful outcome.
So in your view, even though the Kremlin, of course, is saying that Griner's case is not politically motivated, you think that her only chance is to perhaps have a prisoner swap brokered. What sort of prisoner do you think Russia be willing to swap her for?
Well, there's a lot of speculation that Victor Bout, a known arms exporter, is the person who the Russians want to exchange for Brittney Griner. The United States has not really said any sort of expectation. Indeed, they have not been willing to exchange Victor Bout for any other American prisoner. And so it would take a change of U.S. policy to allow an exchange, a swap for Bout and Griner.
And what is Bout guilty of, or what has he been convicted of?
He's been convicted for basically illegal arms trade.
Okay. All right. Well, William Pomerantz, thank you so much for your insight into the Russian legal system in this regard. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.